Word is going around that the producers of The Braxton Show are ready to call it quits because they're fed up with all the drama between the sisters. Apparently, things got so intense during an argument involving Tamar that they had to stop filming altogether. Even though Tamar has said she's not doing the show anymore, she's still showing up.
Speaking of reality TV, I've decided to go back to the Braxtons because remember last season I was a friend to the show.
For real?
Yeah.
At one point during filming, Tony apparently walked off set. Sources say Trina is upset because Tamar brought their niece Ashley onto the show to talk more about her ex-husband Gabe. There are also reports that the sisters are fighting over money, since Tamar and Tony are being paid the most. It's been a wild ride for everyone. But let's jump into the latest news. As you may have seen, the Braxtons will keep sharing their lives with viewers because WETV has renewed the reality show for a second season. The new season will focus on the sisters trying to bring back the fun and humor they're known for, while also spending quality time together, especially as they plan Towanda's wedding. Towanda already shared that her wedding will be invite-only, with no +1s or cell phones allowed, and most of the event will probably be shown on the show, if they can finish filming. Right now, production for Season 2 has been halted. Reportedly, the producers shut it down after a big argument between Tamar and her sisters. I know you're probably thinking, it's gotta be Tamar. Sources say Tony actually walked off the set because she's fed up with all the sister drama. She reportedly reminded them that before Tracy passed, they promised to get along, but things are just getting worse. On top of that, none of the sisters attended Tamar and Miss E's cooking show premiere. A big argument just 2 days before the event is said to have led to them skipping it, which, while I understand not supporting Tamar, not going to support their mom, that's pretty messed up. Details about what's really going on between the sisters are unclear, but Tamar seems to be at the center of it all. There's a hint that Towanda might be involved too. She posted a cryptic message saying, "To everyone who has distanced themselves from me, kindly stay there." We already saw in Season 1 that Tamar and Towanda were struggling to get along. When the sisters sat down with a grief counselor, the session started off fine until the counselor asked Towanda how it felt not having access to Tamar. Before Towanda could respond, Tamar jumped in, saying Towanda doesn't care. Tamar went on to say that Towanda makes more of an effort to stay in touch with Tony and Trina than with her, and she usually has to reach out to Towanda first, who only contacts her when it's time to film.
I respect where people are. I don't engage. I don't pour into certain types of energy. I make different choices in my life. And that's just where I am.
Now this is TV, Josh. Outside of yesterday and today, when was the last time you talked to me?
I don't recall. It wasn't my birthday because you didn't call me.
Your birthday's September. Here we are in March.
In the episode, Towanda mentioned she couldn't remember the last time she spoke to Tamar, but she was sure that Tamar didn't reach out to her for her birthday in September, even though they filmed the episode in March. Towanda seemed so frustrated with Tamar that she admitted she's now only focused on the people living in her household, her children and her partner.
Tony's in your household?
But they call me. I talk to them every day.
Girl, you don't answer the phone.
That's
Girl,
not true.
Stop.
Let's be specific. Did you call me yesterday?
I did, actually.
Did I answer it?
Well, because we're taping now.
No.
But
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh,
when you called me, every time you called,
that is not
every
true.
time you called, I answered. Every time you text, I answer. That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
So I'm a liar.
No.
Wanda recently posted something that caught a lot of attention. She said that anyone who has distanced themselves from her should just stay away. It's pretty clear she was talking about Tamar, and it seems like Tamar is having issues with everyone in the family right now. You might remember that a few months ago, Tamar made a big splash by shutting down her social media accounts on X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram after an outburst, but she came back online a day later. Before deleting her accounts, though, Tamar shared several explosive posts on her page, claiming that the entire family was toxic. It's possible that these arguments among the sisters are being fueled by their niece, Ashley, who joined the show in Season 2. Ashley's recent allegations have reportedly caused some tension, especially with Trina, who doesn't like how her ex-husband, Gabe, and she are being dragged into the mess. Ashley made some serious claims about her stepmother and father, Michael Braxton Jr. She said they saw inappropriate text messages between her and her aunt's partner. At first, when they told her aunt, Tamar was upset and loving. But as time passed, it seemed like Tamar started to change her attitude. Ashley said that her aunt eventually seemed to believe that she was partly responsible for the situation and even started blaming her for what had happened. Over time, Ashley realized how strange it was that Tamar wasn't more upset about the situation with her partner, given what had happened. It seems like Tamar might have started thinking that Ashley was somehow the one who caused the issue, or at least contributed to it. Ashley also mentioned that through therapy she learned how to handle the situation, but she emphasized that she should never have been in that position in the first place. Ashley hinted that the man involved, her aunt's partner, has a platform and chose not to speak up about the situation. Despite the allegations, everyone seemed to continue acting like nothing was wrong, even though it was a huge deal for Ashley. For a while, people thought Ashley was talking about Tamar, but Tamar quickly shut that down, saying, "Nope, it's not me." In fact, Tamar had said she would bring Ashley onto the show and that she loved her niece, offering her full support. Eventually, people figured out that Ashley was probably talking about Gabe, Trina's ex-husband. Gabe has a history of some disturbing intimacy fantasies, and Trina stayed with him for a long time despite that. In fact, when someone on Ashley's TikTok suggested she was referring to Gabe and Trina, Ashley liked the comment, which seemed to confirm suspicions. There was also a comment from someone else who had a troubling story involving Gabe. They said, "I definitely know it was Trina and Gabe. Gabe tried to hook up with my 17-year-old transgender cousin through online messages, offering to fly him out to Atlanta and take him to a hotel near the airport. I witnessed and recorded it all, and got blocked on social media for trying to warn her about what he was doing." This story adds to the growing tension around Gabe's actions, especially since Trina reportedly knew about Gabe's behavior, but still chose to stay with him. Despite Gabe's infidelities and troubling interests, Trina turned a blind eye to his actions, even though he was cheating on her with women and men, and had other disturbing interests, like bestiality and underage girls. When the producers of the show wanted Trina to film a scene with Ashley to talk about the accusations, Trina reportedly threatened to quit the show altogether. She said, "It's not my story to tell or talk about." It seems like Ashley's involvement with the show could have been a big factor in the heated arguments between the sisters, but there's also the possibility that the sisters are arguing over their contracts. According to sources, Tony and Tamar Braxton are the highest paid stars of the show, reportedly earning a six-figure deal for their roles in the show and also for creating new shows for the network. It's clear that the money situation could be causing tension between the sisters as well. On top of all that, Mama Braxton, Evelyn, is also involved in the drama. She recently made some shocking revelations about her ex-husband, Vincent. Evelyn said that Vince was not the perfect man everyone thought he was. While the world saw him as this ideal partner, Evelyn claimed he was not that way behind closed doors when it came to her daughter. She also revealed that Michael, her ex-husband, had apologized to her for his infidelity during their marriage 30 years ago, but she still couldn't forgive him. Michael said he didn't know what else he could do to make it right since he couldn't change the past, and he acknowledged that everyone makes mistakes. However, Evelyn is now writing a book about the infidelity and how she managed to move on and rebuild her life. There are also people speculating that Evelyn might be the real issue in the family. Some are saying that the sisters are so angry at their mother, but they're too scared to confront her, so they take out their frustrations on each other instead. In dysfunctional families, it's common for siblings to fight because they don't want to face the deeper issues, like the problems with their parents. So it's possible that the true source of all the tension is their mother, Evelyn. Maybe the show should just come to an end because, honestly, it feels like the Braxtons don't actually like each other. They might only tolerate one another. Because they're family, but without that connection, they probably wouldn't have much to do with each other. Season 2 of the show is definitely going to be full of drama, but it seems like the relationship between the Braxton sisters is really on the rocks. I'm really curious to hear what you all think about everything going on. What do you make of Trina supposedly refusing to address how Gabe treated her niece Ashley? Do you think Tamar is the real problem in the family, or is it their mom Evelyn? Let me know what you think in the comments section below.